So in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can go about calculating your MER or your ACOS and how to use them to make sure your ecom brand stays insanely profitable. Now watch to the end, because if you're an ecom brand owner or a digital product business owner, this is going to be extremely practical and actionable, and it could save you a ton of money and improve your profit margins. Let's get into it. Firstly though, before we do, my name is George and I am the CEO and founder of Paid House Media. We're an advertising agency exclusively for ecom brands managing over $1 million a month in spend. And we work with pretty much every single niche that you can imagine. So we've had to use these concepts every single time we sign a new client. And thank God that we do, because otherwise there would be a lot of unhappy clients, because this is a super important concept and it's essential that you understand what your MER is so that you can actually be profitable whilst running ads at a high scale. Okay, so let's keep this super simple. Let's say you're a beauty brand and your average order value, or your AOV, is $70. That's your revenue per order. Now, if you didn't have to pay anything for that, no shipping, no COGS, no ads, your margin would be 100%, right? Because you just get $70. That's 100% margin. But unfortunately, that is not how real life works. Every single ecom brand has COGS, or cost of goods sold. Okay. Now, once you bring in your COGS, let's say it costs you $35 to basically create this product and deliver this product, including production, packaging, shipping, fees, everything. That's going to be 50% of your average order value, leaving you with a gross margin of 50%. Now, let's say your target EBITDA, which stands for earnings before interests, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, is 20%. That's your target net profit, meaning you want to keep 20% of your revenue as profit. Here is the math that you need to run, okay? So it's going to be 100% revenue minus your 50% COGS minus your 20% profit target, okay? Because your net profit target, you want to keep 20%. And again, as a brand owner, as a founder, you have to decide how you want to run your company. Do you want to have a 20% net profit margin? Is that advantageous for you? Are you trying to run a cash flow ecom brand, or are you trying to scale as rapidly as possible? If it's the latter, you want to decrease the amount of profit, net profit that you're shooting for, because you just want to reinvest that straight back into ad spend. That's going to give you a high level of marketing spend, which is going to grow your revenue faster, right? It's pretty simple. That is essentially the math that you need to run. So you basically now have 30% available for advertising, i.e. you have a 30% MER. By the way, MER stands for media efficiency ratio. So if your MER or your ACOS, which I'll get into in a second, is above 30%, you're eating into your profit. This is bad. Really smart brand owners understand that they have a certain MER targets. For some people, it's 30%. For some people, it's 40%. For some people, it's 20%. Some brands even run at 50% MER, okay? So keep that in mind. MER is a super important metric. Not enough brand owners use it. Brand owners blindly chase ROAS, but MER is the metric you really want to be optimizing for. And it's very simply just marketing spend divided by revenue. What percentage of your revenue goes to marketing? Now, your ACOS is your ad spend divided by your ad attributed sales, which is more common with platforms like Amazon, for example. The lower is the better. Okay. And both help you know, are you spending too much to acquire a customer or not? Okay. So we have MER and we have ACOS. Now, let's say you want to go deeper and include your operating expenses, which is commonly referred to as your OPEX, right? Because we haven't really introduced those yet. So things like your software, rent on, any kind of office or anything like that. It's a very simple equation, very similar to what we've just done before. You want to take your revenue, okay, your $70 minus your $35 COGS, your 50% COGS. Now we're including OPEX, okay? So let's say your OPEX is 10%, $7.5 per order, 10% OPEX minus that, minus 10% EBITDA gives you, again, 30% ad spend room. Okay, same result, but this time we factored in things like software, tools, salaries, rent, etc. So how can we turn this into a practical thing that you can walk away from this video with? How do you map this all out? It's very easy. You can use a spreadsheet or even a MER board to visualize it. Start with your AOV at the top, then break down each cost layer and you'll see your true ad budget. And unfortunately, here is where most brands mess up. They chase ROAS blindly. You can have a killer ROAS, but still be losing money if your margins don't support it. That's why MER and ACOS are more truthful. They're tied to your actual bottom line. Remember, ROAS is the biggest myth in the e-commerce space. Every single brand, well, not every single brand, but a lot of brands are blindly chasing ROAS. And your ad platform might read a 5x ROAS, a 6x ROAS, and you might think, amazing, let's scale, but you could actually still simply be losing money because your MER is too high, okay? Your ad spend as compared to your revenue, the percentage of that is just completely out of whack, and you're simply just not hitting your net profit target. And in many cases, that means you're going to be losing money, okay? So MER and ACOS, MER much easier to use and what we use for our clients. That is the real profit signal. All right. So hopefully that wasn't too complicated. Hopefully that was useful, actionable, bite size. Now let's remember, you must know your AOV first. Okay, Shopify will tell you that. Super simple. Okay, at the say it's $75, then you want to go ahead and subtract as a percentage your COGS, your OPEX, and your profit target, and then what is left is your ad spend allowance. Okay, keep your MER below that to stay profitable. You can use a tool like Triple Whale to see where your MER is at any given time. Highly recommend it. You can even use our link in the description. If this cleared things up for you, if this was actionable, if this was useful, hit the like button, drop a comment, and I'd love to know more about what you want to see that is ecom related. Okay, it's my goal with this channel to shed as much light on the marketing space in the ecom world as possible. Yeah, comment down below what you want to see in the future. Like, subscribe, and if you are interested, if you are an ecom brand interested in a world-class paid ads department, then you can click the link below and you can actually see our offer, which is that we will set up profitable Google ads for any brand in 7 days, completely risk-free. So you can check that out in the link below. If you want to learn paid ads, you can check out our Google Ads Lab below. And I will see you in the next video.